I've come across more than a few people today who like to believe the Norse never really converted in the medieval era, that it was only a superficial thing, and their northern hearts still beat pagan through and through. Where did this myth of the Unconquered North come from? This absurd myth has for too long buried the Catholic Scandinavia of old, at least in the minds of many.
That's very true. Where does it come from? Wishful thinking. Basically, it's the same sort of idea. We've got people who are Episcopalian or Unitarian or whatever and love St. Francis, you see. Because in their case, they love the peacefulness and the sweetness, but they don't want to think about what the man actually believed. They admire the man and his deeds, but they reject what he believed, refusing to realize that, in fact, it's what he believed that made him who he was. It's sort of like the Caudai religion, who had made St. Vincent de Paul a sort of a god, while, of course, rejecting Catholicism.
Wow. Okay, so how does that apply to Scandinavia? Like, what's...
Well, I mean, there's a sort of neo-pagan Nordic thing running around that would like to. I mean, they like the Vikings and Norse paganry, but the truth is that Scandinavia really reached its apex under Catholicism.
Wow, when was that?
Well, roughly from about, depending upon where and when, because it varied. Scandinavia is a big place, but roughly from about 800 to about 1,000, depending on where you were. And of course, it's nonsense. Like any other people, the Norse became very Catholic very quickly. They produced a great many wonderful saints. Saint, of whom probably the best known is Saint Bridget of Sweden.
Yeah.
They produced later on a great many tremendous Catholic scholars. And it's interesting that if you look at who defended the faith in Scandinavia during the Reformation, this is an area that people haven't done a great deal of research on. But quite as many, if not more, Scandinavians fought and died for the Catholic faith during the Reformation as English or Scots.
Wow.
See, but we don't know that because all we know is English.
Wow.
And the image we have of the Vikings is one that we create and make up for ourselves. But it's not real. I'm not saying reality is an important thing when, getting close to this stuff. When, for instance, the Norse came to Greenland, they were Catholic. And in fact, Greenland had a bishop. That's why we say that the first diocese of the New World was Santo Domingo. That's true in terms of continuous existence. But it's not true in terms of the very first one that ever existed. That was the Diocese of Gardar in Greenland. And in fact, the Norse Catholics remained in Greenland until, so far as we can tell, the early 1400s.
So you're saying that our current image of Vikings as barbarians is a fabrication and that they were more Catholic?
Well, barbarian is a term. I mean, as far as they're concerned, whatever that means. I mean, they would consider us as infanticides as being disgusting and barbaric. They might consider our same-sex marriage a trifle over the top.
Mm.
So, I mean, barbaric is not really a helpful term. It doesn't describe anything. When they were Vikings, in the sense of pagans, they were cruel and nasty. When they became Christian, their better qualities, when they became Catholic, their better qualities were baptized. There were some very fine crusaders that came out of Scandinavia to fight in the Holy Land. That's another aspect people aren't aware of. See, again, nobody knows this stuff.
Yeah.
They only know what they think they know. They only know what they want to know.
Wow.
But again, that kind of neo-paganry is as imaginary as Wicca or as the Unitarian St. Francis. Again, the different groups glom on to different things, but it's all as phony. Not that phony is bad. I mean, as an American, it's my birthright. And I'd be the last one to attack anyone for being phony.
And as someone growing up in Hollywood.
Absolutely. In the house of the great Criswell?
Yeah.
You think I'd attack phony? And nuts. Nope, I put on those horns and, it's not over to the fat lady in the horn helmet sings. We know all that.